Now let's learn the crocheting method for this glasses, which is to work single crochets on the glasses frame. When we crochet, we start with the legs. The legs are crocheted using the spiral method, so there are no slip stitches, making it look neater and more convenient. After finishing the legs, we move on to crocheting the glasses frame. Now we'll start with the legs part. Take the yarn and work 7 single crochets for the first round. First, make a beginning chain. Work 7 single crochets. After completing the 7 single crochets, tighten the loop. To tighten the loop, gently pull the yarn tail first. Notice that this thread is moving, so pull this thread tight first. Once tightened, pull the yarn tail, this thread, to secure it. Next, work the second round. Usually, many of our crocheting projects use slip stitch joining. When using slip stitch joining, you work a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the first round. But for this project, we're using the spiral method, so we work a single crochet directly into the first stitch of the previous round to start the second round. Rounds 2 through 10 all consist of 7 single crochets. When you're not familiar with it at first, you can place a stitch marker on the first stitch as a reference. Place the marker by inserting it into the inner side of the single crochet, which is the back loop. Don't place it on the outside, otherwise there will be a hole later. Then continue working all the single crochets in this round, a total of 7 single crochets. After completing the 7 single crochets, we can proceed to turn it inside out, and gently pull with a clip. Pull it over. After finishing the second round, we directly start the third round. Remember, no slip stitch needed here. Start from the first stitch to work 7 single crochets for the third round. Continue all the way up to the 10th round, each with 7 single crochets. Give it a try. You've completed the 10th round here. Now we need to insert the temple into this part. When inserting the temple, we can use a pair of tweezers. Widen this opening a bit to make it easier to stuff the temple in. Like this. Now we continue to work single crochets on this temple. While crocheting, gently press the side of the temple that hasn't been worked yet. Insert it into the frame so it doesn't obstruct working single crochets on this side. Inside this temple, we still use the spiral crochet method. I worked 7 single crochets first. It gets narrower here, so I decreased 1 stitch. Then at this position, it's even smaller, so I decreased another stitch here. Continue crocheting. When I reach this position, I add 1 stitch, then add another stitch at this position. At the widest part at the end, it's 8 single crochets. We can follow the pattern chart. Decrease stitches for certain rounds, increase stitches for others. You can also judge whether to increase or decrease stitches based on your own tension and length. All our decreases and increases are done on the inside, making it more neat and tidy. Now let's work After inserting it, adjust this position to make it look smooth and nice. Then we'll first work decrease. Actually, we don't need to count which round it is here. Just decrease stitches where it's narrow and increase where it's wide. This is the most convenient method. Simply spiral up like this. It's very simple, you guys just try it yourself. I'll explain again when I reach the spot where increases are needed. Now I'm working around with 6 single crochets. This is the narrowest part of the temple area, so we can decrease 1 stitch here. At this position, we decrease 1 more stitch. Then continue working single crochets forward. Work a single crochet up to this point, then increase 1 stitch. Now I've reached this position. It's a bit too wide here, 5 single crochets per round. We're at round 24, and then here, when we get to round 25, we'll increase 1 stitch. When increasing, we also do it on the inside for a cleaner look. While crocheting, you can gently push it upward like this. Push it up a bit so it doesn't bunch up. Because if you crochet it this way, it might slide down, just push it up slightly. Now we'll add 1 stitch right here. In 1 stitch. Work 2 single crochets in the same stitch, that's how you increase 1 stitch. Then we continue crocheting upward from here. You should follow this method. Keep crocheting up, and whenever you feel it's getting too wide, just add 1 stitch. Now it's 6 stitches per round. You can increase to 7 stitches at this point where it's slightly wider, and then to 8 stitches here. When you reach this position, it's like this. From this spot to here, when you get to this position, let me explain how to do the final round. We've crocheted up to this point. There's still a bit of space here, and we're almost done with this section. So how should we work the last round? On the side here, work 1, 2, 3, 4 slip stitches inside. After completing those 4 slip stitches, then work 4 half double crochets. Yarn over and insert the hook into this stitch, pulling the loop longer for the half double crochet. Next, work a half double crochet. Then it will cover this area. Here, we'll finish off here. Join with the first slip stitch here. The yarn tail is a bit too long. Let's try pushing it upwards from this position, it should cover this spot. Apply a bit of glue at this position to secure it. Squeeze some glue right here. Apply some glue. Don't apply too much, just a light coat. Push the fabric upwards. Press it down. Then take this yarn tail and hide it. You can use a crochet hook, or thread it directly onto a sewing needle to tuck it in. Cut off the excess yarn that's wrapped around. Alright, this temple is completed. Try crocheting the other side yourself. When crocheting, gently bend this temple slightly, be careful not to break it. Bend it into position, then crochet around this temple. Next, we'll crochet the frame. We start crocheting the frame from this position, looking at how the temple bends inward, then begin crocheting with the hook from here. Here, the most challenging part of the frame is making single crochets on the part that sits over the nose bridge. Just make slightly longer single crochets here. Let me show you how. This part I've already crocheted in advance, like this. When crocheting single crochets to this position, make them slightly longer to cover it completely. Do the same on both sides, cover it fully, then insert the hook here to make single crochets. Now tighten the yarn tail here. Continue making single crochets here. This section needs to be slightly longer than the frame part, so make your single crochets a bit longer. When crocheting the single crochets over, pull it over to this side. Pull it to this position. See, since we need to cover it, pull it to this position and make a single crochet. Next, make another single crochet. See how to pull it to this position. This way we crochet while covering it. Crochet while covering it, continue making single crochets. Push it over to this side. Press against this yarn, press against the yarn behind. Crochet it over. Continue crocheting, keep going, make single crochets. Push it over like this. Then, tighten this yarn, tighten it on the wrong side, tighten this yarn. Then crochet over. For the first few stitches here, we hid the yarn tail. After making a few more stitches, you can just cut the yarn, otherwise it'll be quite in the way at this position. Cut it off. Then continue crocheting. Push it to this side, move this stitch to this side, tighten at the back loop. It's not difficult, just go slow to fill this area completely. Continue. Keep pushing it over. Tighten the back. Then crochet over it. Loosen the crochet hook a bit. Pull it over like this. Just tighten, and crochet each stitch one by one in this area. Continue. If it's hard to handle, you can also apply a bit of glue here to secure it, then continue crocheting. So this area is almost completely finished. After filling this spot, we'll continue crocheting single crochets around here, just single crochets. Inside the frame, crochet single crochets one by one. When you reach this position, I'll explain how to crochet here. The single crochets on this half of the glasses frame are done. Up to this head position, we simply move the hook to this side, and this yarn. Work a single crochet and pull it over. Then continue. Crochet single crochets. Just crochet over like this. Then when you reach the middle bridge here, I'll explain how to crochet. After completing this round on the frame, we'll join with a slip stitch to the first stitch inside the frame. The first single crochet we made earlier is here, so we'll slip stitch it. Then work a beginning chain. Next, turn your glasses around to this side. At the last single crochet here, we crocheted from this side all the way here. At this last single crochet, slip stitch again without breaking the yarn. Then we'll crochet single crochets along the bridge. Pull the yarn over. Here, work a single crochet. Continue crocheting. Crochet 5 single crochets on this bridge. Move it to here. Come to the front, then we'll go directly from here, including the left frame here. Continue working single crochets. Here, work a single crochet. When you reach this position, we've already explained how to crochet this side earlier. Just follow the same method. Then we'll come to this position and explain again. After finishing here, bind off and continue crocheting to this position, still following the method we used for this side earlier. When crocheting, work a single crochet, then tighten the yarn behind with this hand. Pull to the desired length, then tighten, and work a single crochet. Then continue crocheting. Pull it back and tighten behind. Keep following this method until you reach this position. Once you've crocheted up to here, fill this area completely, then join with a slip stitch to the first stitch of this side. Then add 1 beginning chain. Then we'll slip stitch forward here, turn your work, and slip stitch 2 stitches upward. Be careful when threading the needle. Pay attention and pull it over. Then here. That's it. Cut the yarn and weave in the yarn tail. After finishing the frame and the temple, we see this area is still not covered, so now we'll crochet this part. When crocheting this area, we start from here. Count out 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Work single crochets into these 5 stitches. Flat crochet, these 5 stitches, we counted are basically all in the middle row. Just this position. From here, insert the hook. Then, the yarn. Pull through. First work a beginning chain. We need to tighten the yarn tail here, pull it over, and hide it inside. We work single crochets into the same stitch, where we inserted the hook earlier. Here, because the frame below is stiff, it's a bit harder to insert the hook. First, make a single crochet. Tighten the yarn tail a bit, tighten it, then insert into the second stitch. Still work single crochets. At the position of the 5 stitches we found earlier, we work 5 single crochets, then continue flat crochet for a total of 4 rows. After weaving in a few stitches, we don't need to worry about this yarn, we'll cut the yarn later. 4th stitch. 5th stitch. Good, all the positions we found earlier now have single crochets. Next, we make a beginning chain, turn and work 5 single crochets. Then continue turning and crocheting. We need to work a total of 4 rows, and now these 4 rows are completed. Then we can take this yarn, pull it longer, cut the yarn. We need to place it like this. Attach it at this position. Attach it at this position first, now tuck the yarn tail underneath. This is the top, so tuck it underneath. Just weave in a few stitches since we'll secure it with glue later. Now take out the glue. Take out the glue and apply it here, and a bit on the side. Apply the glue. This. And a bit more on this side. Bring it to this position and press it with your hand. Pinch the side here as well. Press it down to let the glue set. So the top part is done now, it's all one piece. This side hasn't been crocheted yet, so you'll need to crochet this part yourself. This part is completed, since this is a moving joint, we don't need to worry about it. The glasses frame is finished, now we need to crochet a white circle on this part above. Same here, make sure to crochet on the top part, not below. We can check on our eyes like this. This curved part sits on the ears, so this is the top part, make sure to get it right. Now turn it over like this part is the top, we need to work single crochets here. Crochet a white round here, insert the hook. First bring in our white yarn. Make a chain stitch. In the first stitch, where we just inserted the hook, work another single crochet. Tighten the white yarn tail a bit, 1 single crochet. After completing this single crochet, we skip 1 stitch unworked here. Skip the second stitch, and work a single crochet in the next stitch. We don't need to add chain stitches in the middle here, just complete 1 single crochet then skip 1 stitch unworked, insert the hook into the next stitch to work single crochet. After completing this, skip it. Then work another single crochet in the stitch skipping one. The last single crochet on this side is done. If you have 1 stitch left when you reach here, and don't have enough to skip one and work one, just ignore it and stop at this position. Now make 1 chain stitch. Cut the yarn. Hide this yarn tail at the back. Tuck it to the back and use a sewing needle, or this crochet hook to sew it into these areas. Cut off the front yarn tail. Also, the top part needs to crochet a white round like this. Now work on the second part, the decorative element on the glasses, which is a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree has a right side and a wrong side. After finishing, this part will be sewn together. Now let's look at the right side crocheting first. The right side has extra leaves, while the wrong side is plain. Okay, now we'll crochet the Christmas tree flat. Start with 15 chain stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've made 15 chain stitches. Now turn and work 14 single crochets. This is the first stitch, this is the second stitch. Turn and work from the second stitch. Work a single crochet. 1, 2. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch. This row has 14 single crochets, and now these 14 single crochets are completed. After finishing, make a turning chain, and turn your work. Next, the second row also has 14 single crochets. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch. The 14 single crochets of the second row are done. Turn your work, make the first turning chain, turn over and work the third row. In the third row, we'll work 14 single crochets in the back loops. Here, the front loops facing us are the outer half loops. The side closer to us is a braid, so the front loops near us are the outer half loops, and the ones farther away from our position. Insert the hook into the inner half loop. We go through the middle of this stitch, and pick up the inner braid to work the inner half loop. Work a single crochet. Then in the second stitch. Also from the middle to insert the hook. Pick the inner braid to insert the hook. For each stitch, pick the inner half loop to work the single crochet. This round has 14 single crochets all worked in the inner half loops. The 14 inner half loops are completed. You'll see the outer half loops left here, which will be used for crocheting leaves later. Okay, next work the fourth row. Make a turning chain, turn over. In the fourth row, we'll first work 3 single crochets together into 1 stitch. First, we'll work. Insert the hook into the first stitch. First pull out an incomplete single crochet, then from the second stitch, pull out a loop. Next from the third stitch, pull out a loop. This combines 3 stitches into 1. Pull the yarn through all loops at once. So 3 stitches are combined into 1. Then work 8 single crochets in the middle. For the last 3 stitches, also combine them into 1 single crochet. First work 8 single crochets. 8 single crochets are done. 3 stitches remain, combine these 3 into 1. Pull out an incomplete single crochet in the next stitch, also pull out one in the following stitch, and insert the hook into the last stitch. Yarn over once, and pull through all 3 loops. 3 stitches combined into 1. Okay, we've completed the 4th row. Now for the 5th row, work 1 standing stitch, then turn to crochet. Next work 10 single crochets. After finishing 10 single crochets on the 5th row, make a turning chain to start the 6th row. Work 10 single crochets on the front loops. Earlier in the third round, we worked the back loops on the inner half of the braid. Now we need to work the front loops, which are the outer half of the braid. Here. Like this. This is the back loop, this is the front loop. Insert the hook into the front loop. 10 stitches in this round. 10 front loop single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Some rows require back loops, some require front loops, all to create half a stitch space for the leaves. 10 front loop single crochets completed on the 6th round. Now for the 7th round, make a turning chain, turn to crochet, and decrease again, 3 stitches combined into 1. First 1. Pull through, then from the next stitch. Pull through again in the next stitch. Pull through again. Like this. Pull all loops through at once, that's 3 stitches combined into 1. Then work 4 single crochets. After completing these 4 single crochets, the last 3 stitches also need to be combined into 1. Once finished, make a turning chain, and start the 8th round with 6 even single crochets. After completing 6 single crochets on the 8th round, make a turning chain and begin the 9th round, 6 back loop single crochets. Back loop single crochet is worked through this braid. Crochet 6 single crochets. After completing 6 back loop single crochets, make a turning chain for the 10th round. With 6 stitches remaining, combine them 3 at a time. First take these 3 front stitches and combine them into 1, that's 3 stitches into 1. Then combine the last 3 stitches into 1. After completing this row, there will only be 2 single crochets left. 2 single crochets here, then we make a turning chain, turn your work, and crochet 2 single crochets. 1, 2. The 11th row is finished. After completing the 11th row, we'll work on the 12th row. For the turning chain in the 12th row, we'll work front loops only, 2 single crochets. Front loops are the ones closer to us. There are only 2 stitches left here, see clearly, 1 here and 1 here. Then we insert the hook into the front loop to make a single crochet. For the last stitch, also work a single crochet in the front loop. After finishing, make a turning chain. Okay, now we can see all. These half loops are staying on the right side of the fabric. The last one is here and here since there are only 2 left. When you crochet later for the leaves, find this position yourself. This is the right side crocheting. After finishing, we'll work on the trunk. For this trunk, the first row we crochet is 14 single crochets, so we'll take 6 stitches in the middle to work single crochets. Skip 4 stitches here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and insert the hook into the 5th stitch. Crochet on the right side, this row on the front. Place the brown yarn behind this, then pull through to make a beginning chain. In the same stitch, work a single crochet. When working here, tighten the yarn tail a bit, then proceed to the next stitch. Work a single crochet. We'll work 6 single crochets like this. The first row of 6 single crochets is completed. We make a beginning chain, turn over to crochet. Work a single crochet in each stitch. Work even here for 5 rows total. These 5 rows are completed. After finishing, we make a chain stitch here. This one chain stitch, then, cut the yarn. After cutting the yarn, the tree's yarn, leave the yarn tail. And the yarn tails on the trunk. Weave them inside to hide them. Weave in a few stitches is enough. Trim off. Next, we'll work on the leaves. All the leaves are worked on the half chains left out. Let's look here first. For the bottom row left out, we'll first insert the hook. Then work 2 half double crochets in each stitch, same for every stitch left out in each row. First, we'll take the yarn and hook it through the half stitch left out, then chain 1, then work a half double crochet, 1, and another half double crochet in the same stitch. Next, pull the yarn tail tight. Next stitch. Also work 2 half double crochets. Then, in each stitch, work 2 half double crochets. The last stitch is done with a half double crochet, chain 1, then cut the yarn. Next, we'll work the row we left earlier above, using the same method, 2 half double crochets in each stitch. And this one too, and the 2 stitches inside. We've worked a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of leaves. Go ahead and work them. These 4 rows of leaves are all completed, then tuck all the yarn tails inside. The right side is finished. Next, work the wrong side of the Christmas tree, which is much simpler. No need to work front or back loops, nor leaves, just turn, and crochet directly like this. Same as before, start with 15 chains, 15 chain stitches. These 15 chains are done. Now work back from the second chain, 14 single crochets. "14 single crochets completed. Chain 1, turn to this side. Then rows 2 through 3 are 14 single crochets each. This is row 2's 14 single crochets. Row 3's 14 single crochets are also done. Continue with chain 1, turn to work row 4. Row 4 starts with, first, the first 3 stitches and the last 3 stitches will be decreased into 1 stitch each. Draw the yarn through, pull through the second stitch, and pull through the third stitch as well, then pull all loops through at once, that's a decrease. Next, work 8 single crochets. After completing 8 single crochets, 3 stitches remain, which will be decreased into 1 stitch. Okay, this part is done. Then chain 1, turn to work row 5, which has 10 single crochets. Row 6 also has 10 single crochets. Go ahead and work it yourself. After completing rows 5 and 6, with even single crochets, chain 1, turn to work row 7. Row 7 requires decreasing the first 3 and last 3 stitches into 1 each, with 4 single crochets in the middle. Let's start working. First, decrease 3 single crochets into 1 stitch. Next, work 4 single crochets. After completing 4 single crochets, 3 stitches remain at the end. Decrease all 3 into 1 stitch. That completes row 7. Now work rows 8 and 9, each with 6 single crochets. Go ahead and work them yourself. After completing even single crochets for rows 8 and 9, proceed to row 10. For row 10, decrease every 3 stitches into 1 stitch across the 6 stitches. First, decrease the front 3 stitches into 1. Then decrease the next 3 stitches. That's 1 decrease. Make 1 chain stitch, then work rows 11 and 12, each with 2 single crochets. After completing 2 single crochets for row 11, make 1 chain stitch and work 2 single crochets for row 12. Okay, chain 1 more stitch, then cut the yarn. Next, work on the trunk section. This trunk section was already explained when working the front body. It's the same method. Go ahead and work it yourself to see how the tree decorations are made. This is done using the French knot embroidery technique. This is also a relatively simple embroidery method. Here you can choose your preferred color to embroider. First, take 1 strand of yarn. Thread the sewing needle. Then decide which color you want and where to embroider. I'm embroidering a white one in the middle, and I want another white one here, so I'll bring the needle up from below at the spot where I want to embroider. Upwards. Find a spot where we want to stitch down. Pull out the needle. Like this. Leave a little yarn tail here. Place the needle in this position with the yarn on its left side. For the waistline, I made a total of 8 rounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then pull tight this thread. Then lift the yarn a bit higher with your right hand, and insert it slightly beside where the needle came out, not in the exact same spot. This is also a French knot technique. You can look up tutorials on French knots if you want. Now thread the needle through here. Pull it out from this spot. Give this thread a little tug too. Then push the coiled yarn forward and tidy it up into a circular shape. Try to make it as round as possible, and tighten the threads on both sides a bit. Then tidy it up some more. Alright, it looks good now. Next, take out the glue. Flip it over to the wrong side, and squeeze a little bit of glue in the middle. Apply it onto the surface. Adjust it while sticking. Try to make it more three-dimensional and rounder. It'll look nicer. Once it's glued properly, make a simple knot here at the end. Then fasten off the yarn. For the remaining parts, you can embroider any color you like wherever you want. Now let's crochet this small star. Take out the yellow yarn. First, wrap the yarn around your hand, making a loop around your middle finger. Then work 3 chain stitches into the loop, 1, 2, 3. You can tighten the yarn a bit and hold it in your hand. Next, insert the hook into the second chain from the hook and make a slip stitch. After the slip stitch, work 1 more chain stitch, then make a slip stitch back into the loop. That completes 1 corner. Next, repeat, make 3 chain stitches. Then insert the hook into the second chain, and make a slip stitch. Followed by 1 chain stitch back into the loop. Make a slip stitch into the loop again to complete the second corner. For the third corner, repeat 3 chain stitches, then insert the hook into the second chain, and make a slip stitch. Then work 1 more chain stitch, and make a slip stitch back into the loop. The third corner is done. Follow the same steps to complete the remaining 2 corners. Now all 5 corners are completed. Pull the yarn tail tight. After tightening, gently pull the yarn to lengthen the loop, then cut the yarn. There's a small yarn tail. Take the yarn end from where you cut it, and pull it to the wrong side. From here, on the wrong side. Work 1 stitch and draw through from the back. Then pull the yarn over. Finally, gently tidy up the yarn tails. Tie a simple knot with the 2 strands on the wrong side. Don't pull too tight, just make a loose simple knot. Make the second knot tighter. Okay, this little star is completed. Now let's crochet the antlers. Take the yarn, we start the antlers with 8 chain stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After completing 8 chain stitches, make a slip stitch into the first chain to join. After joining, work 1 beginning chain. Then work the first stitch on this side. Work 8 single crochets here. Work 1 single crochet in each chain stitch. 1, 2, 3. The 8 single crochets are completed here. After completing, tidy it up and turn it right side out. After coming out, continue to crochet the next round. Join with a slip stitch at the first stitch. But it's small here, not so easy to handle. Next, we work rounds 2 through 6, all with 8 single crochets, 1 single crochet in each stitch. You work up to round 6 first, then we'll explain how to proceed. Round 6 is completed. We slip stitch at the second stitch here. Start round 7 crocheting. First work 3 single crochets, then a single crochet increase, 2 groups total. 1, 2, 3. After 3 single crochets, work a single crochet increase in the next stitch, 2 single crochets in one stitch, that's one group. Then work another group, first 3 single crochets. After finishing 3 single crochets, work a single crochet increase in the next stitch. Round 10 is completed. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch, then work round 8, 10 single crochets even. 10 single crochets for round 8 are done. Now slip stitch to start round 9, first work 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. After 3 single crochets, work 2 chain stitches. 1, 2, after these chains, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, then insert the hook into the 5th stitch. Insert the hook and work 1 single crochet directly. Work single crochets in the last 2 stitches. After the last 3 single crochets, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch to begin round 10. Okay, for round 10, first work 2 slip stitches. Slip stitch over, then work another slip stitch in the second stitch. After completing these 2 slip stitches, work 4 single crochets. When working the first single crochet, mark it with a stitch marker after completing the stitch. This single crochet is where we'll insert the hook for the next round, the first stitch position, so we mark it now. Here. Insert a stitch marker. We need to work 4 single crochets total, and this first single crochet is done. Now we reach the spot from the previous round, where we worked 2 chain stitches. Work 1 single crochet on top of each of these 2 chain stitches. When working them, insert the hook into this chain stitch, C. Insert through the middle of these 2 chain stitches, pick up the top strand to work a single crochet. Each chain stitch has 2 strands, we pick the top one for the single crochet. The bottom strand and the second chain stitch strand will later connect with the 4 skipped single crochets from the previous round to form a horn branch. So now, insert through the middle of the chain stitch, and pick the top strand for the single crochet. For the next stitch, also pick the top strand of this chain stitch to work a single crochet. This completes the 3rd single crochet. Then for the 4th single crochet, go to where we worked chain stitches in the previous round. There are still 3 single crochets left, 1, 2, 3. This single crochet isn't very visible since it's next to the hole. Remember there's one more single crochet here. Work another single crochet from here. After finishing this single crochet, there are 2 stitches left at the end, we skip them. Then work 2 chain stitches, after that, insert the hook at the stitch marker spot for the next round single crochet. So here we've skipped 4 stitches in total, the last 2 plus the first one. The slip stitch position of the second stitch is also skipped, directly insert at the stitch marker spot to work a slip stitch. Next, work a beginning chain. Now we begin round 11, first work 2 single crochets. The next stitch is also a single crochet. After finishing, work a single crochet increase in the next stitch. This round repeats 2 sets of 2 single crochets plus 1 single crochet increase. After finishing the first set, start the second set the same way. Single crochet. The next single crochet starts from the 2 skipped chain stitches we left earlier. Insert the hook into the first chain stitch, and work a single crochet, same as before. Insert through the middle loop, pick up the top strand to work a single crochet. For the last chain stitch, work a single crochet increase. After finishing this round, there should be 8 single crochets total. Keep track of this count. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch, then work a beginning chain to start round 12. Rounds 12 through 16 are all even, 8 single crochets without increasing or decreasing. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch. When you reach the last single crochet of round 16, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Work a beginning chain to start round 17. For round 17, work 2 single crochets followed by a single crochet decrease. Repeat this group twice. Work 2 single crochets, 1, 2. After completing the 2 single crochets, work a single crochet decrease. That's one group. Repeat it once more. Start with 2 single crochets. Work a decrease in the last 2 stitches. After finishing round 17, move on to round 18, which consists of 6 even single crochets. Join with a slip stitch. Work a chain stitch, then cut the yarn. Leave a long tail since we'll need it later to close the opening tightly. Thread the yarn through the sewing needle. For each stitch, pick up the front loop only. Pass through each front loop. Once tightened, pull the yarn tight. Secure the opening, then insert the needle back through the same hole. Pull it all the way down. Pull it to the very bottom. Pull it out. This completes the top antler. Next, let's talk about how to crochet the small branches inside these 2 holes of the branch. First, we left 4 stitches unworked here. These 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the strand above, which is the remaining half of the chain stitch we previously crocheted. Now we need to work single crochets into these 4 stitches plus these 2 strands, making a total of 6 single crochets in this round. Okay, let's start with the first single crochet. First pull out this strand, then make a beginning chain, followed by a single crochet in the same stitch. Then work single crochets in the next few stitches. One, 2, 3, 4. You can secure the strand by working over it for a few stitches, then pull it out from the bottom later. Or you can cut the yarn if preferred. After completing the bottom 4 stitches, we'll move on to the top part. For these 2 strands, work a single crochet into the first chain stitch remaining strand. Similarly, work a single crochet at the next chain stitch position. Now all 6 single crochets are completed. Back to the first single crochet, finish with a slip stitch. Make a chain to begin the next round of crocheting. For the second round, we'll start by. The pattern for the second round is, work 2 single crochets, then a single crochet increase. First work the first single crochet, 1, 2. In the third stitch, work a single crochet increase, 2 single crochets in the same stitch, which forms one group. Next, work another group, first 2 single crochets. In the last stitch, work a single crochet increase. Then join with a slip stitch to the first round. For the third round of the branch, work even with 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. All 8 single crochets completed, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Next, begin the next round of crocheting. The next round starts by 2 single crochets. Decrease in the next stitch. One group completed, now work another group starting with 2 single crochets. Then a decrease single crochet. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch to finish this round. Next, work the 5th round, which is 6 single crochets worked even. After completing these 6 single crochets, make a division and leave a long tail. Close up. Gather this opening using the same closing method as before. Use a sewing needle to weave through these 6 front loops to close up. Next, there's another branching crochet method, which is identical to this one. Let's work it. First make 4 single crochets below, then work 2 single crochets into the chain stitch loops left here. This round will total 6 single crochets. This shows the finished piece with yarn ends secured. 2 are needed in total. Now work the small ear, wrap the yarn around your finger twice. Insert the hook. First work 6 single crochets. After completing the 6 single crochets, tighten this yarn loop first. After tightening this strand, then pull the yarn tail. Pull it tight. After the slip stitch, work the second round, 6 increases, meaning 2 stitches in each stitch. After completing this round, there will be 12 single crochets total. You can work it yourself. Once the 2 single crochets in the last stitch are completed, slip stitch into the first single crochet. Next, work the third round. Start with 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, work a single crochet increase, 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. This forms one group, and we need 6 groups total. Work 2 single crochets in the last stitch of the third round, completing it. Next, work the fourth round. Rounds 4 through 8 are 18 single crochets even, no increases, 1 single crochet per stitch. Rounds 4 through 8 are the same, 1 single crochet per stitch. After completing the last single crochet of the 8th round, slip stitch into the first single crochet to finish the ear. Leave a long tail for sewing. When sewing, pinch it like this to form a small ear. Now all the accessories are completed, let's assemble them. First, sew together the front body and back body of this Christmas tree with wrong sides facing each other. From here, insert the hook at this position. Leave a tail at the back, we'll hide this thread later, right here. Sew together one stitch to another. Continue sewing until the whole tree is completed. When you reach this position, we'll explain the next steps. The green part of the Christmas tree has been sewn up. Now take the shaping wires. We need 3 pieces, each about 15 centimeters long. We'll also need shaping wires for the antlers later. Prepare 3 15-centimeter pieces and fold each in half. Fold it in half like this. Pinch this end tightly. Then thread this end through the trunk. At this position, we need to attach this tree to this, the glasses position. Now here, let's fold it. Don't let the trunk show here. Fold it inward. Thread it through. This makes the tree very stiff. Now sew the trunk section. Start from this position, using the same sewing method as the Christmas tree. Match each stitch 1 to 1. Give it a try yourself, it's simple. Sew all the way up to this point and hide the yarn tail. After finishing the tree, attach the star on top. Take a red yarn, thread it through the sewing needle, and sew it onto the glasses at the nose bridge position like this. For this position and the tree, we can first apply a bit of glue to lightly secure it at the nose bridge on the wrong side. Then proceed with sewing, which will be more convenient. Now that it's glued, we start from here. Insert the hook from the wrong side here. Leave a yarn tail, and the needle should pass through the nose bridge area. The temple of the glasses gets in the way at this position. Open it up. Then thread downward through the nose bridge to the back of the tree. Thread through to the back of the tree. We need to secure the tree at the nose bridge position. Continue. Wrap the yarn forward. The needle still goes through here, stitching out from the back of the tree. Then our yarn. Pull tight. The front yarn always wraps around the nose bridge downward. The back of the Christmas tree. Stitch out. Continue. Sewing. Thread like this. Follow this method to sew it up from below. Now the tree is secured to the glasses frame. Next, to make it more secure, take a green yarn and thread it through the sewing needle, then sew at these two positions. Secure it at this position. Just sew a few stitches here, and use green yarn to sew both sides. A few stitches are enough, sew this side too, then proceed to sew the antlers. There's also a shaping wire inside the antlers, fold this shaping wire. Thread the shaping wire into the innermost part of the antler, at the top corner. After threading the shaping wire, cut off the excess part. Once cut, sew it in place at this position. Now sew the antlers. Here we used a bit of glue to lightly hold the position. Now we insert the hook from the back loop of the antler. When inserting the hook, thread it through this part. The glasses frame should be positioned under the white yarn when pulling out the needle. The yarn needs to pass through under the glasses frame. Wrap the thread up like this. Then thread through the antler. From the glasses frame. Pull out the needle under the white yarn. Follow this method to secure the antler well. After sewing the antlers, we'll sew the ears, which are positioned here. When we first crochet the ear, it looks like this. Fold it in half here. Sew the bottom part with this thread to form a small ear shape. We also secured the ear with glue before sewing it, following the same method used for the antlers. When sewing, insert the hook from the back loop, yarn over through the glasses frame, then continue sewing from the back, same technique as the antlers. Try it yourself. After sewing one side, sew another identical one on this side. The stitching should look like this. Attach a horn at this position, then sew an ear here on this side. Stitch it like this. Once fully assembled, it will look like this.